Hola estudiantes, ¿cómo están? Hoy es el 22 de mayo, es el tercer día del curso y vamos a ver qué tenemos para hoy. Entonces yo voy a entrar aquí donde dice Assignments y vemos que aquí tenemos el video estudiantil. Vamos a conocernos. So this is your video, which is going to be an introductory video. It's only one that you have to do during the summer session. It's worth 100 points, 70 points for the video, and 30 points for responses to 2 of your peers' videos. So the video is due on Monday, 5/27, so you have several days to do it. And you're going to create a video, 1 to 2 minutes, so it's a shorty. But in this video, you want to describe in Spanish your personality, character traits. You want to use vocabulary from Lección 1. If you want, you can talk about your pets, your so-called mascotas, your family, your best friend. Give us a physical description, their personality, what are they like. You can also mention where you're from, what you study at UNCW, if you have a major, una especialización o una concentración. And do you have a background in Spanish? Have you traveled to a Spanish-speaking country? Where, for what purpose? Do you have Spanish-speaking friends, co-workers, family members? Any other information that you'd like to include about yourself? And here we have some ideas as far as content. You want to give your name, of course. Hola, me llamo Juan, soy de, etc. Grammar focus is simply el tiempo presente, ser and estar, and of course, adjective, noun agreement. So here's some video guidelines that you can follow. At least 1 minute, 2 minutes. If you go over 2 minutes, that's okay, but don't give me a 10-minute video, right? If you're under a minute, I'd be tempted to take points off. So at least a minute. 2 minutes is good. 2.5 minutes, probably perfect. There's a rubric on Canvas if you want to know how I score it. And use complete sentences in Spanish only. And try to stay in the present tense. Don't use structures that are beyond our level. And please don't read. If you read, it's going to be boring, right? And so you don't want to do that. Now, if you need little notes, talking point notes to keep you on track, that's okay. But we're talking, reading word for word because it'll just turn your audience off. Feel free to include photos, images, any other props that you need for students to comprehend your video. However, you must be seen in the video speaking at all times. For example, if you're really into football, you could record yourself kicking around a soccer ball when you say, "Me encanta jugar al fútbol," something like that. So here's some video tips. These are just technical tips. And for YouTube and posting instructions, it depends. If you're used to doing this kind of thing and uploading videos to Canvas, it's going to be a no-brainer. And most students make their videos on their phones. That's probably the easiest way to go. People typically have smartphones, so they'll do a video there, and then they'll just simply upload it to Canvas. And there are instructions in the modules over here for doing that. If you're a complete newbie or if you don't have a smartphone, you can download ScreenPal, which is a free software program. It used to be called Screencast-O-Matic. So sometimes when you look at the materials, it'll say Screencast-O-Matic, but it's the new ScreenPal. And we have a video, we have basic instructions on how to get ScreenPal, and there's a tutorial video, but the girl in the video constantly is referencing Screencast-O-Matic. So when you hear Screencast, just think ScreenPal. It's the same. And again, you don't have to pay anything for the basic platform. I think they give you 15 minutes of video time, which is way more than you'll need. And so you don't have to go for the upgrade, which I think is now, it's $15 or $20. You don't have to pay anything. It's a freebie. So once you do your Screencast-O-Matic or ScreenPal video, then you would simply upload that to YouTube, do any editing you want. And once it's in YouTube, and of course, if you don't have a YouTube account, you can always get a free YouTube account. Once it's in there, you just bring it up, make sure it's all nice and good, and you just simply copy that URL, and then you would just paste it into Canvas in the appropriate spot, which I'll show you in a second. So the video is due on Monday, the 27th, and once all the videos are up there, you want to go through them, and you want to choose 2 of your favorites. just to comment on. So you can do a short comment on 2 of your favorites. For full credit, you need to do 1 comment and then another comment. So a total of 2 comments for your peers. And try to stay positive. Say something that you liked about the video or make a connection. Oh, ¿eres tú de Charlotte? Yo también soy de Charlotte. Oh, ¿tú conoces a Tuta? Make a connection. Or, oh, ¿tú tienes perros? Yo tengo perros también. Or, me gusta cuando Sofía baila con su perro. So something positive, a couple of sentences in order to get full credit. Again, it has to be in Spanish. So it looks like we already have somebody who's posted. In fact, this is my cousin who I asked to do this video so that you would see what to expect. So no comments yet, but here we have the first video. So if you wanted to reply and do a comment, you could do that right here, or reply, I should say, reply right down here to Sean, and so that's going to be replying to Sean. But for posting your video, you would just hit reply here, and then you would just post external URL. So it's all very intuitive. If you have any trouble, reach out to me or reach out to the techies at TAC, but it's pretty intuitive. It's very user-friendly.
Say goodbye to old costly.
And someone's got to pay for it, so you have to put up with the ad, but then, of course, we can skip. And I'm not sure if you're picking up the audio. I'm not sure if my particular package gives my computer audio, but you get an idea. You should be able to hear this on your own. Maybe not in this video, but when you access it on your own, you should be able to hear it. My cousin looks a lot like me. So he describes himself and his personality, what he's doing at UNCW, gives a physical description, and then he pivots a little bit and he brings in his mascotas.
Westy, como pueden ver, personalidad es como un abuelo. A veces se pone de mal humor, otras veces se comporta como un payaso, es bastante siendo un poco viejo, es muy simpático a fin de cuentas. Su raza.
Julia, es grande, es fuerte, brilla. Fuerte. You can get an idea of what we expect. This one went a little bit long, 3 minutes. 3 minutes, it's still okay. You won't be penalized if it's a little bit long. So this is what we're expecting. Okay, so I went over to modules, and I'm looking at student resources. And here we have the tutorial on how to create a student video with ScreenPal, formerly Screencast-O-Matic. So if you wanted to go this route, you could. Or if you make a video on your smartphone and you're not sure how to upload the video to Canvas, here we have a tutorial on how to do that. And here's a rubric, just gives you an idea of what I use to evaluate your video. So just so that you know what I'm looking for. And I think that's about it for today. Yo creo que es suficiente por ahora. Tenemos el video ya, pero que les vaya bien con todo. Si necesitan algo, pues ustedes se ponen en contacto conmigo. Si no, les voy a dejar por el momento y estaremos en contacto muy pronto. Hasta luego.